Ahoy everyone and welcome aboard. I'll be your Captain Hillyan today, along with...
He is a mighty Lieutenant Drakir at your service. And welcome back to...
Zenless Zone Zero, where we'll be completing or hopefully completing the last of the agent stories before Season 2. Okay. And yeah, I did check things. Not that well, I will admit. But it is suggested, or it is advised, to do these last two stories before what is called Chapter 6, even though it is part of an epilogue, as part of the epilogue as well. So technically it doesn't get a number, but oh well. Okay. Let's get started with this, as usual. Any new ones here? Let's see. Final Punch. Return to Giallo City. Have we seen that one before? Let's see. Unaware that there's a trap set by someone seeking vengeance. I think we have seen this one. I think we've basically seen every one of these now.
Yeah.
Maybe this one not? Glorious Guardians, an interview. An interview show that talks to members of the Hollow investigation squads in various professional capacities and listens to them tell interesting stories about their work. And the station received complaints from some parents for glorifying the heroic deeds of investigators, which instilled the idea of entering hollows into children far too early, but in the end it was not resolved. Okay, that is, yeah. You're always going to have some kids emulating stuff. Okay. I did mess up with one of the events that was going on, the time-limited ones. Yeah, I realized too late that it was a thing where you have to jump in every day or so to get tokens for something, but I did record as much of it as I could. But yeah, for that one, my recording of it is going to be incomplete, so I might need to go find if someone else has recorded the rest of that. For now, though, we have 2 left, Out of Sight and Echoes of Silver. We also have this one, or these 2 here, but these are Season 2 agent stories, so we'll be touching them, well, when we get to Season 2. For now, though, Out of Sight, but Out of Mind. Okay, immersive storytelling and... Okay, only one... Okay, I will give a general warning ahead of time. These 2 agent stories, they aren't going to be as dark as Asaba's, but they're still going to be dark because, well, they involve the defense force, and yeah, they're the first line of defense against the Hollows, or well, when the Hollows get real bad. So, yeah, general trigger warning for likely dark themes, including death and such. Okay, this is a story that took place in the past, a story of a rookie proxy named Phaethon who meets a young lady at the crossroads of fate. Belle, we've been in 6-3 for a while now. How many internet commissions have we taken these past few days? We're still newbies, so you know how it is. I said this with the very first agent story, but yeah, not all of these take place... Most of these take place between the main chapters, but as is clear here, some of these take place before the start of the game. Let's see. It's okay. We're starting our proxy business and video store from scratch, side by side. It'll take time, and these days I've been focused on managing the store, so thank you for taking care of our internet business, Belle. Having this cozy little home with you is already much better than the life we had just after leaving the academy. As long as we slowly build a reputation, we'll eventually have a chance to uncover clues about the fall of the old capital. Well, we'll take it slow. Yeah, but I get so bored when there are no commissions. Well, your enthusiasm is really something. But your troubles will soon be resolved. I saw how hard you've been searching for commissions, so these past few days I found an intelligence broker on internet who can introduce commissions to us. As long as we can establish a long-term partnership with this professional intelligence broker, we shouldn't have to worry about getting commissions in the future. As your older brother, I also want to be able to help you. Good job! Thanks. I think I've done a good job too. I arranged to meet him at the store today. He should be arriving soon. At that moment, a sudden knocking comes from the door. He's here just in time. Belle, let's go talk at him. Who knows, maybe a cool prize will be waiting for us on our first commission with him. Okay, number 18. 18. Belle and I need to put aside the video store to go handle a commission. So can we count on you to watch the store? Watch the home? The house? Messed it up twice. Watch the house. We'll do my best. Our little door guardian. As the front door is opened, a man in a suit walks in. Although he wears a friendly and reliable smile, there is still something slightly off about him. Hello, Shepard. Bill, allow me to introduce our future partner, the intelligence broker I found on the internet. Nice to meet you both. You can call me Shepard. I'm glad you two chose to work with me. By the way, are you just starting out in this line of work? We just started, but the business hasn't been... I understand. It's normal for rookie proxies like you two to have a hard time finding commissions. But please don't worry. As an intelligence broker, I exist precisely for people like you. Let me check my notes. Your name is Phaethon, right? What kind of commissions do you usually specialize in? We have superior technology. Not an angelic response. These days, many young proxies lack the energy you have. That being said, combat-related commissions might be a bit tricky, right? You two don't seem like fighters, and hiring combat personnel can be expensive for new proxies. To be honest, I'm not sure I feel comfortable assigning you anything dangerous. We'll find our own way to resolve that. I believe you'll see it in the actual commission. The actual commission, huh? Well then, I happen to have a recently issued commission that could serve as the perfect starting point for our partnership. I believe this commission is of the perfect difficulty to assess your abilities. If you're interested, let me explain the details. Shall we move to a more convenient place to talk? It's not suitable to talk about this at the counter, so you move to a small room with Shepard to discuss things in detail.
Our first assignment together is a missing person commission. There's no need for combat or venturing into any hollows, so it's completely safe. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to test your skills.
Not to be rude to the client, but guiding people through the hollows is what a proxy does. A commission that doesn't even require stepping in one seems kind of pointless for us to handle, right?
Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not trying to pass this off on you. Your ability to navigate the hollow is unquestionable. That's what makes a proxy a proxy. But this role involves more than just that, and this commission is a perfect opportunity to demonstrate those other skills. To be honest, the client barely gave us anything to work with, just pieces of info. That's why this is a perfect chance to show off your skills in gathering intel, spotting details, and negotiating. All the makings of a top-tier proxy.
You've made your point. Guess we can't refuse now. Let's see the job.
Shepard nods in satisfaction and pulls out 3 items from his pockets. A harmonica, a sheet of music, and an old photo. Old photo with woman with covered eyes. A somewhat aged photo, though the image remains fairly clear. A blonde young woman with her eyes covered leans against the wall. For some reason her silhouette seems so fragile, as if she might shatter into pieces at any moment, filled with such profound sadness. Again, nothing on the back.
The client has only provided us with these 3 clues. All we know is that the woman in the photo is your target.
Just a photo. So even the client doesn't know her name, identity, or whereabouts? And what's the deal with the harmonica and the sheet music?
The client doesn't seem to have any more info, though it's possible they just don't want to share. But the client did mention if you get stuck, you should try playing the sheet music with the harmonica. Well then, I'll leave this commission in your capable hands. Keep me in the loop if you make any breakthroughs. Just ping me on Knock Knock.
A single photo and a melody. Feels like chasing shadows. Belle, where do you think we should start?
Maybe we should start with Port Elpis. A woman with her eyes covered isn't exactly someone you see every day. Remember when we went to visit the sea? I'm pretty sure we spotted someone like that back then. Remember? I was in a bad mood that day, so you took me to the port to clear my head. We bought some fries, but you were so busy staring at that girl with her eyes covered, a seagull snatched them right out of your hand.
Why do you sound mad? Now that I think about it, that woman did look a lot like the one in the photo. I was just a bit distracted. I didn't mean to stare. Next time I'll make sure to watch my fries more carefully. Well, thanks to you, we've got a lead now. Let's head to the port and see what we can find.
Eagles.
Okay.
Alright, so we very early in the timeline.
Yeah. This is probably the first known point at this time. Okay, we'll see if anything in Season 2 rolls back even further than that, but we'll have to see. Well, we've arrived. Time to find our missing person. However, it was a week ago when we saw that lady, and we can't be sure if she's the person we're looking for. Even if she is, it's unclear whether she's still around here. Let's look around for clues first. Right, since we don't have any other leads right now, let's try our luck here. I'll attempt to hack into the cameras to check if she's been around recently. As for you, Belle, take the photo and ask the locals and passerby around here. That's a lot of contact points. Welcome to Theater King. Our fries and hot dog combo is a hot seller. Would you like to give it a try? Hello, have you seen this person? Oh, I remember seeing this girl before. When exactly? Maybe once every 1 or 2 months? I'll see her wandering around this area. But I've never spoken to her, and she doesn't seem to interact with anyone around here, so I don't really know much about her background. So she hasn't been around recently? I don't think so. I don't remember seeing her recently. Are you looking for her? I can keep an eye out for you. Alright, thanks. By the way, would you like some fries? The seagulls here always try to steal the fries. Alright then. The seagulls have been too active recently, but they have a negative impact on the sales of our fries. Looks like I shouldn't feed them too much in the future. That's why they keep going after them.
What the heck?
If we can climb the lighthouse and overlook the entire port, maybe we'll spot the blindfolded woman somewhere. Try climbing the lighthouse. Just as you're about to try opening the door leading to the top of the lighthouse, an old man appears behind you. Hey, what do you think you're doing? This lighthouse is currently off limits. No one is allowed to enter. Sorry, I didn't know. If I hadn't showed up, you would have just gone straight in, wouldn't you? This lighthouse hasn't been properly maintained for years. If something happened to you, who would take responsibility? Besides, what do you need to go up to the lighthouse for? I'm looking for someone. Have you seen this person? Let me see. This girl does have a rather memorable appearance, but I don't remember seeing her before. I think she might have been here before. Is that so? I usually keep her around the lighthouse. If she was on the dock's walkway, I definitely wouldn't have seen her. If you're looking for her, I suggest checking around there. At the very least, I haven't seen this girl near the lighthouse. Alright, thanks.
Also, people wonder why I'm tired today. Still sick, and yeah, a lot of things this morning which I did before stream run to Captain about.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit still sick and a bit mentally tired.
This room upstairs. Someone must be living here, right? The blindfolded woman has appeared around the port. Maybe whoever lives here has seen her. Try knocking on the door. Complete silence. But there seems to be some kind of noise inside. Knock on the door again. Who? Excuse me, have you seen this person? Who? Let me see. The door opens slightly. I carefully hand the photo over, and within 3 seconds the person returns it. Never seen. Disappear. In the end, everyone will disappear, including me. The door shuts. What was all that about? Okay. I've asked a few people, but none of the clues seem particularly useful. I should head back and discuss our progress with Weiss. Oop. The windshield door stands closed. Yep. But the glass window seems to have not been cleaned for a long time. Take a closer look. Again, I'm trying to run, but instead I accidentally interact with something. In the foggy window, there's a blurry reflection of a pair of eyes quietly watching you from behind. That. However, aside from a few drifting sea breezes, there's nothing else on this terrace. Terrace? You peer through the glass window again. The room has only a few stacked cardboard boxes. It looks like just the storage room. The eyes are gone. Okay. So you can trigger that twice, it seems. Once in current times and one in past times.
No luck on my end. Belle, did you find anything?
I was wishful thinking to assume that a quick stroll through the port would solve this. But since we're here, might as well give the harmonica a try. Whether it works or not, you owe me some fries before we head back.
I'll do whatever you say, but Belle, would you mind giving the harmonica a try instead? I'm curious to how it sounds.
Wow, you sure know how to set me up. I'm telling you now, though, I can't promise what it'll sound like.
You pull out the harmonica and, glancing at the sheet music, see a melody you've never heard before. Taking a deep breath, you let the notes flow and start to play. It was pretty accurate. Whatever you think, it sounded good at least. The music continues for half a minute.
How do I put this? It sounds okay once you get used to it. But nothing happened, so I guess we should just get some fries and head back.
Excuse me. Were you the ones playing the harmonica just now?
Hello there.
Sorry. My sister didn't mean to make such a commotion. We'll just... Wait. You're the one in the photo. Sorry about that. I didn't hear any footsteps, so I didn't realize you were right beside us.
My apologies. Moving quietly is second nature to me. I didn't mean to startle you. If I may ask, where did you learn that melody?
I think you can notice something already about her, huh? Besides the covered eyes.
You mean the visor or?
Just keep an eye on the lights on the visor.
Yeah, I think I know of her and I have seen some clips, or one or two clips with her, and of course thumbnail of fan art show what they can change. So I'm ready for it.
Weiss shoots you a questioning glance. The blindfolded woman from the photo actually appeared. An unexpected surprise. But now what?
Well, the two of us are proxies, and this song was given to us by a client. We never thought it would actually help us find you. Our client is the one looking for you. Why don't we discuss the details somewhere else?
Okay, seems that the constantly mentioning of them being proxies started with themselves out in the open like this.
I see. Please lead the way. I'd also like to meet this client of yours.
Let's head back to the store.
Okay, let's go check in with Shepard. Oh, I almost forgot. Your name is...
My real name. I haven't used that in a long time, but I do have a code name. You can call me Charon.
Oh.
Yeah, a name with quite some heft to it, if you're familiar with it. You return to the video store with the woman who calls herself Charon. Along the way, you introduce yourselves and share a bit about your fledgling proxy business.
Miss Charon, I just reached out to the information broker who posted the commission. He should be here shortly, and you'll be able to meet the client soon. Please take a seat on the couch. I'll get you something to drink.
Thank you, but please, don't mind me. By the way, The second row from the top on your TV wall. Third unit from the left. It has a connection issue. You might want to check it out when you have time.
Oh, let me see. You're right. How did you know? No wonder there's been some lag lately.
I rely on my hearing. I lost most of my vision in an accident. I can just about make out the outlines of my surroundings. To move around like an average citizen, I've trained my other senses to be extremely sharp. I heard a faint buzzing sound. By moving around the room and noticing the change in sound, I was able to pinpoint the location of the faulty TV.
Sorry. I hope my question didn't seem rude.
No need to apologize. Vision isn't the only way to perceive the world. As proxies, you too should know that better than most. Anything that can be seen with your eyes can never be considered a secret.
A subtle silence fills the room. It's clear you each have secrets you don't want to share with others, and there's an unspoken understanding between you. As the silence is on the brink of becoming awkward, a knock sounds at the door from outside the shop.
It's me again! You two found the target already? Wow, Phaethon, you guys are incredible. If you're always this fast, you could take on anything.
I'm glad you're impressed. But why do I get the feeling you aren't very happy? You look a little uneasy.
Where to start? It's great that you were able to find the woman in the photo, but there's a new problem. I can't get in touch with the client anymore. There's been no reply from his Knock Knock account since yesterday. I brushed it off at first, but there's still no reply today. Just when I thought he might have skipped town, his account suddenly sent me a location, the edge of a hollow. Who sends something like that in normal circumstances?
Based on what you've said, there's a good chance the client encountered some trouble involving the hollow. Still, it's too early to say for sure.
Either way, I'll keep trying to reach the client. I hope he's alright. Let's stay in touch for now. We won't be wrapping up this commission for a while.
Sorry, but I overheard your conversation. Could you share that location with me? If I investigate the hollow, I might pick up some clues.
You're Miss Charon? No offense, but the hollow isn't somewhere just anyone can waltz into. Without a carrot or combat personnel, it's a death trap. You should wait.
I'm a soldier. I served with the Eridu Defense Force under the Chrysoberyl Division. Even after retiring, I've made countless trips into the hollow. You can trust in my combat skills.
Let's just look at how she is dressed. Does she not look like a soldier to you? Then again, I think it is implied at times that the way the characters look here isn't how they are dressed in the moment. Because, well, at the time, only a few have models with casual clothes.
The heart rates of you and the two proxies here seem to have just spiked. Don't worry. My military days are far behind me. I have no current ties with them. As for getting into the hollow, proxies, can I request your assistance? I don't know anyone else who could guide me. I'll pay the commission fee as best I can. If you don't want to be involved, that's fine. I'll think of something.
We'd like to find the client ASAP too. I mean, who's gonna cover our commission fee otherwise? Besides, if we said no, you'd just head into the hollow alone, wouldn't you?
How did you know?
So that was your plan? You just remind me of how wise and I used to be. So desperate to find someone that we didn't even care if we were ready or not. Well, since Miss Charon wants to continue to investigate, I'm willing to act as the proxy for no additional fee. You can relax, Shepard.
I see. That works for me. With the client still unreachable, my hands are tied. Please, look into the hollow, and be careful.
I'm really sorry for troubling you both. Finding this client is very important to me, so I may have acted a bit out of line just now.
I think it should be clear by now that the color of the light is related to her emotions and such. With, yeah, pink here being blatantly embarrassment. But I can't... Light blue seems to be standard. Yellow, well, she tends to be smiling during that. The orange, I'm unsure of yet. Maybe surprise?
No worries. Seeing how determined you are to find the client, we couldn't just sit by and do nothing. Let's work together to find them.
Okay, blind pursuit. Really? Proxy, may I call you that? Of course. Thank you, Proxy, for accepting my request. This is probably your first time taking on a commission in the Hollow that might involve combat. I'll do my best to protect you. Actually, I do need to enter the Hollow in person. Huh? You mean...
Okay, I will say this. I know where the sound is from. That's my neighbors. Apparently, I think they're cleaning or something.
Okay, I was wanting to ask earlier if what might be causing that, but if it's the neighbors, there's little that can be done about it, other than editing it out afterwards.
Yeah, I noticed my icon pop up and I went into listening mode and realized I heard something over my head, and yeah.
Okay. Huh? You mean you can attach your consciousness to a bamboo? Such impressive technology. I've never heard of anyone being able to do something like this before. But even if you're bamboo, I will protect you. You responded to my request, so this is my duty. Belle, the vibe Carolyn gives off is bringing up memories of her own past. I feel the same way. Maybe this is fate. Let's help her fulfill her wish to find that person. Yeah, we can't just leave her be. Okay. Here we go then. Trigger. And let's see.
Awaiting orders. My blade is at the ready.
A mission? Take me along.
I've got your back. I'll follow your instructions.
All electric team then.
Oh dear.
Alright.
Hello there.
Hey Knight, how are you doing? Doing pretty decent myself. Today should be one of the last days that I need to fill in after stream. Though, whether that will actually be the case, we'll still have to see.
And I'm still sick but getting better, but I'm also just tired on a lot of things.
Okay, trigger. Hold basic attack to enter sniper stance. Long trigger to fire selective sniper shots. We have seen this before, I believe. Yeah, basically, she's an off-field stunner.
Miss Caron, I need some time to calculate the hollow route.
Leave this to me, Proxy. Actually, I've been to this hollow before for reasons. I still remember the way forward clear as day.
Oh? Why don't you wait just a little longer? Calculating a path doesn't take that long.
It'd be more efficient to retrace the path I've already walked. Please come with me, Proxy.
As long as trigger has charge. As long as trigger has charge, she'll aid with attacks from off-field.
I wasn't here too long ago. In one moment, Proxy, I might have misremembered. I just need to think.
I'm sure you're well aware that hollows undergo periodic spatial distortions and reconstruction. Warning. Yep. That's why each time we enter, we need the most up-to-date carrot. You're not lost because you can't remember.
Sorry for being so presumptuous, Proxy. I got ahead of myself and made things difficult for you.
It's no trouble. There's a fissure nearby. We can use it to get back on the right path.
Let's see. Knight, wait, what? What do you
I
mean?
will lead the way from here on out.
After the streams on Wednesdays, I've been filling in to keep attendance for a swimming teaching group. Because the one usually doing it is recovering from surgery. Though they should be close to being recovered enough that they can go back to it. And yes, we are doing Trigger's agent story, followed by, well, a certain someone's afterwards. Okay.
By the way, Miss Caroline, how are you so fluid when you move and fight? Is it because of your sharper hearing and heightened senses?
That's one part of it. In fact, my eyes gained some unique abilities as they changed. I can't see most things clearly, but I'm able to detect the etheric fluctuations of nearby humans.
Wait, something's up ahead. There's someone on the ground.
Believe that a bit too fast.
It smells like blood.
The man and the woman lie collapsed on the ground, with the unmistakable smell of blood emanating from them. Following the source of the scent, you see bullet holes on their bodies. Check the condition. No signs of breathing. Their heartbeats and pulses are completely gone. These two are dead. Cause of death appears to be severe blood loss from long-range gunshot wounds. Time of death, probably within the last 1 to 2 hours, just before we enter the hollow. This means... this isn't just a case of losing contact with our client. Someone's been killing people in this hollow. Though I don't sense the killer nearby right now, there's still a chance they're active somewhere in the hollow. Foxy, don't stray from my side. I'll keep you safe. Those two... I really want to take their bodies out of the hollow, but without knowing the killer's whereabouts, moving them would be too risky. Foxy, mark these coordinates. Once we confirm the area is safe, we'll come back to retrieve their bodies. I'm sorry, the ground must be cold. May you rest in peace.
What could have happened? Who did this?
Given the depth of the wound and the caliber of the bullet, the killer was a sniper, just like me. Proxy, stay vigilant and get behind me. The killer may still be nearby. They seem to have no qualms when it comes to killing. Let's press onward. I feel there may be more victims.
The surrounding ether levels have significantly increased. What's going on? Hold on. Let me find what's causing the ether level increase. Up ahead, there are multiple devices leaking ether non-stop.
Those are high-pressure ether storage tanks, filled with highly concentrated ether. As soon as the valve is opened, the ether will flow out at a fixed rate.
Such high ether concentrations will make the nearby ethereals more active and cause more to show up. Heron, it'll be dangerous if we keep moving forward.
Understood. These storage tanks are high-risk items manufactured by military-industrial companies. They're rare, even on the black market. Several of these storage tanks appearing in the hollow is a clear sign that our opposition has malicious intentions. Let's find a suitable sniping position and disable those ether storage tanks along any mission-critical paths.
I don't want to accidentally skip any more dialogue.
My ether vision ability is perfect for dealing with such ether-laden objects.
Because there's quite a lot of dialogue for short distances here.
Ethereals on our path. Then we can proceed.
Okay, finally done. Okay, shooting instructions. Press right trigger for single shot. When a blue flash appears on the muzzle, you can perform another single shot. Otherwise, rapid fire will be triggered. Each single shot consumes 1 bullet. Hold right trigger for rapid fire. Rapid fire has a higher fire rate, but deals lower damage. Each rapid fire shot consumes 1 bullet. Press left trigger to target distant ether containers. Each aim shot consumes 5 bullets. Hit all ether containers to remove the spray. Okay. there, and there.
All high-pressure ether tanks have been disabled. We can keep moving. Wait, Charon. I'm detecting 4 life forms up ahead. Let's go take a look.
Proxy, there are 4 people over here. They're all still alive. I'm not detecting any ether fluctuations from any other life forms nearby.
Great, that's a relief. Charon, can you confirm their condition?
Confirmed. 1 is seriously injured. A bullet pierced their lung. The other 3? No internal injuries, just a few minor wounds. They're all unconscious. The one with severe wounds. His etheric fluctuations are nearly completely gone. He's beyond saving.
Purple, not seen that one much.
Who are you? Help me. It hurts. So cold. I don't want to die.
There must be something we can do. I'll contact the hospital, and we can get him out of the hollow.
His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out. No rescue team can beat the clock when life fades this fast.
Am I dying? I just want to go home.
Karen doesn't respond. She sits beside the dying man, pulls out a harmonica and begins to play a soft, familiar melody. The tune echoes throughout the hollow, heavy with the scent of blood. It's the song recorded on the client's sheet music. As the harmonica's gentle notes fill the air, the dying man stops groaning, simply listening until his eyes close forever.
Charon, are you okay? Did you get hurt during the fight just now?
I'm fine, don't worry about me. As I mentioned before, these eyes of mine have their uses, but they bring just as much inconvenience. The rejection reaction you saw just now was one of them. Staring into death. It's not something I handle well.
My head. Where am I? Who are you people? I remember now. There was a madman, a lunatic who tied me up and dragged me into the hollow. You're not.
I'm not the lunatic you're talking about. Can you stand? There are 2 more unconscious survivors here. If you can, help us carry one of them. Let's get out of here together.
Leave? We can leave this place? What about that lunatic who shot at me from the shadows?
The culprit should be gone by now. Charon, let's get the survivors out. Follow me.
I'm going to guess that purple is more, well, down. Okay. Not sure which specific emotion to tie to that one. Resigned?
Grab something.
Exhausted and unable to carry any more bodies, you record the coordinates of a few of the corpses. Once this is all over, you should make sure to report them anonymously to the public security. With Charon, you keep your guard up alongside the 3 survivors, eventually arriving at the abandoned metro entrance in front of Ballet Twins Roads. Proxy, let's take a short break here. Year round, the Ballet Twins has been abandoned due to the hollow disaster, and no one's likely to be around. It's both secluded and safe, making it a perfect location for a conversation. Those 3 survivors. Yes, I know. They just escaped from a killer, so we need to check on their injuries and mental well-being. Could one of them be the client? Unfortunately, I don't think so. After they woke up and saw me, they didn't have any particular reaction. If they were the ones who assigned the commission to find me, they should have recognized me to some extent. So it's likely that one of the 2 who, well, were already dead when we found them. Proxy, I'll keep watch around here and be on the lookout for the perpetrator trying to track us or attempting to ambush us. Could you please have a brief conversation with the 3 survivors? I think they might have information on the perpetrator. And to be honest, I think they might... No, it's probably just my imagination. I'll get information from them first. Thank you, Proxy. Okay. Thank goodness. I can't believe it. I'm still alive and out of the hollow. What's your name? Oh, me? I'm Jesse. I'm so grateful you were there to save me. When that maniac was chasing me and sniping at me, I really thought it was done for. I have some questions I want to ask you. Questions? Go ahead and ask. Although I really don't want to remember what just happened, you did save my life. How were you kidnapped and brought to the Hollow? I was tricked. I received an anonymous message telling me there was a big job I could do, asking me to meet in an alley on 6th Street. I just arrived at the agreed spot and was waiting for them to... I was waiting when someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. When I woke up, I was already in the Hollow and my hands and feet were tied. I've got a few more questions. What did you experience in the Hollow? Although I was tied up in the Hollow, luckily I always carry a folded knife with me. I tried to shake the knife out of my pocket and cut the ropes, hoping to escape, especially since the area was filled with ethereals. But suddenly someone shot at me from the shadows. I was so scared that I quickly dropped to the ground to dodge the bullets, but they immediately fired several more shots. I had no choice but to run for my life. Maniacs shooting at me. I felt like they were never intended to kill me right away. Instead, they seemed to be having fun watching me panic. Each shot scratched me, but none of them were fatal. I just kept dodging the ethereals and the sniper, running for my life. In the end, I finally managed to hide in a place with fewer ethereals, but that maniac shot a tranquilizer into my thigh. I quickly passed out again. After that, I woke up for the second time to you all around me. How are your injuries? I feel a bit dehydrated. I probably have at least 10 or so abrasions, but surprisingly no major wounds. Seriously, what's up with that maniac? What did I ever do to them that made them go through so much trouble to set up a trap, kidnap me, and then throw me into the Hollow to slowly execute me? Take some time to calm down. Is that all you wanted to ask? Well, anyway, thank you all. If you had come any later, I think all 3 of us would have been killed by that maniac. Yeah, the goal was to torture, then to kill. Take a deep breath. If your emotions get too intense, the wound might reopen. Ugh, I still feel like I'm going to throw up. The fear that someone's still trying to shoot me just won't go away. Are you guys okay? I'm okay. Did you save us? I'm just about holding up. I've more or less recovered from the shock. I remember you. You were looking for someone around Port Elpis, weren't you? Oh, I guess we could have found her there, but, well, we didn't find her. Yes, I think I've seen you before. How embarrassing. Never thought we'd meet again like this. What are your names? My name is Zoe. Aaron. Just call me Aaron. Feeling nauseous again? I managed to hold it in. Did you want to ask us something? I have some questions for you. No problem. We'll answer what we can. Let's start with this one first this time. Aside from the blunt force injury to the back of my head, I also have some minor abrasions and a slight dislocation in my shoulder. On top of that, I'm a bit dehydrated, so I have a headache now. Mine are worse. My left arm was hit solidly, taking off a small piece of flesh, and the same with my calf. Why am I going through all this? I'm really fed up. And a few more questions. How did you get kidnapped? For me, you know I was sightseeing at Port Elpis earlier. After that, I was on my way back home, driving along a deserted road when I seemed to hit something. So I got out of the car to check. Just a few seconds after I got out of the car, someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. Still have a bump on the back of my head, you can feel it. Let me take a look. There really is a bump on the back of your head. As for me, I was sitting at home with my friend when someone pried open the lock and tampered with our food or water or something. I don't know what they did exactly, but shortly after we ate, we both passed out. Were we the only 3 rescued from the hollow? Did you see another woman? Just the 3 of you. Okay, one more question. Do we really have to talk about it? If possible, I'd rather not relive it. I'll go first. After I woke up, I found myself tied up, lying alone in a corner of the hollow with the Ethereals wandering nearby. If I didn't make an escape then, and there, I'd be doomed. So I found something sharp and cut through the ropes. After freeing myself, I was about to run when a bullet grazed the top of my head from above. That's when I realized someone had been watching me all along. The same happened to me. When I woke up, my limbs were tied, and the Ethereals were already closing in. Unfortunately, the ropes weren't tied too tightly. I used a broken iron railing nearby and eventually managed to cut through them. But I barely ran a few steps when a bullet hit my left arm. I could only grit my teeth and run for my life. Ugh. If she keeps talking, she'll throw up again. That maniac shooting it from the shadows. They seem to take pleasure in watching our frantic attempts to escape. They could have just killed us right there, but deliberately aimed each shot slightly off target, giving us just enough strength to keep struggling. And the threat of the Ethereals chasing me and the sniper's fire, I don't even know how long I ran. Eventually I managed to reach an area where the Ethereals were less active, but that maniac shot me with a tranquilizer and I passed out again. Same here. Now that I think about it, we must have both passed out in the same area. Okay, take some time to calm down. Alright. Anyway, thank you and your companion. If it weren't for your arrival, I don't think the perpetrator would have let us leave so easily. Why are we being targeted? I can't take this anymore. Blech. After a brief check on the 3 survivors, you share what you've learned with Charon. Where Charon... She then calls the 3 over.
Thank you all for assisting me, even though I'm a stranger. You've given me valuable information.
It's the least we can do after you saved our lives. If there's anything else you want to ask, go right ahead.
I do have some questions left to ask. Before that, could the 3 of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer chose their targets.
Okay, seems that lights off is more neutral than what is light blue then?
I'll go first. My name's Zoe. I used to be a soldier in the Defense Force, but now I'm just working a regular desk job at a private company. Don't let that fool you, though. I've earned my stripes.
I'm Jesse, currently working as an internet information broker. I'm still pretty new at it though, so I can't think of any reason someone would target me.
My turn? I'm Erin. I was also in the Defense Force, but now I'm unemployed. Actually, I have a question for you all. Did you see my friend when you were in the Hollow? She's about my height, with shoulder-length blonde hair and a mole under her eye. We were kidnapped together, but I can't find her anywhere now.
If I recall correctly, we didn't come across anyone like that in the Hollow, among both the survivors or the bodies.
It's all right. I'll keep looking. I hope she's okay. We were always inseparable. We even planned to visit Scott Outpost together for Remembrance Day. I never thought something like this would happen.
Remembrance Day? What's it about?
As the name suggests, it's a day organized by the Defense Force for the families of deceased soldiers and veterans. People gather to mourn their loved ones who died in the fall of the old capital and find comfort in each other's company.
I didn't know the Defense Force did that. Huh. Maybe I should go check it out.
If I can't find her anywhere else, I'll head to Remember and stay alone. Maybe she'll show up there.
Was your missing friend also a member of the Defense Force?
Yes, she and I were in the same squad. Obsidian Division's Cartis squad.
This sounds like a series of murders targeting the Defense Force. But Jesse wasn't with the Defense Force.
No, you're probably not far off. Jesse claims to have been up front, but he neglected to mention he was once part of the Defense Force. Right, Jesse?
Well, that's... I just don't like bringing up my past in the Defense Force. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. They're just memories from my time there that I'd rather forget. I was part of Obsidian Division's Noct Squad. That's the absolute truth.
I was also in the Obsidian Division, Impera Squad. I don't know who those who died in the Hollow were, but it seems the killer really is targeting members of the Defense Force.
The Obsidian Division specifically.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, during the fall of the old capital, didn't our 3 squads work together on a mission outside Hollow Zero?
We did? I don't really remember.
I have a vague memory of it, but there were so many people on the mission, I don't remember your faces.
Thank you all for the information. I'm starting to see a pattern in the killer's choice of targets. But there's something else I need to ask. I came to this hollow because someone I'm searching for sent me its location. And that person was likely being held by the killer as well. Did you happen to see anyone else?
3 survivors exchanged confused glances before shaking their heads at Charon.
You're not giving us much to go on. At least tell us what kind of person you're looking for. Male or female, what they look like. Can't offer much help without that.
Sorry, I don't have much else to share. Even so, if any of you remember anything else that may be useful, please let me know. This is very important to me.
You don't even know who they are, yet you're so determined to find them. Is it really going to be an issue if you can't find this person?
Maybe. I've been searching for someone for a long time. They might be the key to achieving my goal.
I see. Whatever happens, I hope you find them. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Thank you. But please, prioritize your own safety. If the killer is targeting former Defense Force members, there's a good chance they'll come after you again. Stay vigilant.
Okay, I like that she quite literally lights up when she smiles like this.
Yeah.
Of course. Once I've checked out Remembrance Day, I'm locking myself in my room and throwing away the key.
Okay. You return to random play with Charon. Charon. I think I'm just going to keep it Charon. Because that's how it's actually said. It's supposed to be said, I think.
Also, BRB, I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. They'll give me a moment to look up what people think of what color means what. Let's see. Purple, sad or regretful. Yellow and orange both seem to be when she's feeling happy. Let's see. Orange shows more when she's talking with about something fondly. With yellow more equivalent to a natural smile. Light blue seems to be neutral. Okay. Alright. That seems to about match. Seems like someone's being loud on my end as well. Moment. Okay. let's give Kira another minute or so to return. And already been an hour, okay. Let's see. Yeah, it has been a while since I last played this on the main account, so I was actively looking for those little things on the that stick out from her mask to see if those were going to act like eyebrows or something, and it does look like they have a bit of room for movement, but I don't think they have moved at all. I guess those were maybe intended to act as eyebrows somewhat, but they just don't seem to. So there's a wire connecting to the back. Probably providing it with power, of course. Let's see.
We're going back, and I guess some things I saw of her, what little I saw, avoided rest. Maybe added from fan animations and such.
Likely. Let's see. Even after questioning those 3 survivors, the clues we have so far are still insufficient. Our goal is to find the missing client. Right now, we only know that he was likely kidnapped by the perpetrator, but we have no idea who the perpetrator is or where they went. Karen, do you have any ideas? I think the other proxy is right. The information the 3 survivors provided is limited. With our current information, it's hard to deduce where we should go next to find the client. Our clues have run dry. But we still got something out of it. At least we now know some characteristics of the perpetrator. A sadistic sniper with a grudge against the defense force. They're meticulous in planning, avoid open confrontations, and are obsessed with committing crimes in the Hollow. First time it's been not capitalized. With these characteristics in the Hollow coordinates, we might be able to deduce the general area where the perpetrator operates, as well as a potential base where they might have placed the kidnapped victims. Well, that would take quite a lot of time. Yes, and while we're narrowing down the search, the perpetrator might continue committing more crimes. Karen seems somewhat agitated. The lack of clues plunges you all into silence. Just as you're about to accept reality and start organizing the current clues to narrow down the search, the door to the video store suddenly opens. Someone's here. Well, I think it's Shepard. He's at the counter. He's more slumped over at the door. The intelligence broker might have something important to tell us. Proxy, let's talk to him first. You bring Shepard to a room where you can talk.
Phaethon, you've already been to the Hollow and made it back safely?
Did you run all the way here? Do you need a moment? We've already been to the Hollow, but unfortunately, we haven't found the client yet.
I'm fine. Did you find any clues there?
There are traces left behind. Signs of a kidnapping. It's very likely the client was involved.
Bit of an audio stutter there for a moment.
Yeah, it seems the client was kidnapped, brought to the Hollow, and later moved again. We're still looking for clues. But why did you rush over to the store? Did you find anything?
Well, just take a look for yourself.
Shepard shows you his phone. About 10 minutes ago, the missing client sent him another location on Knock Knock, and there were no other messages.
I checked a map of New Eridu. This spot, it's another Hollow entrance.
We've been chasing dead ends with absolutely no clues, and now one just appears out of nowhere? Something smells fishy here.
You're sure it's just a disappearance for now and nothing more serious has happened, right? If that's the case, the situation is still manageable. No matter how shaky the clue is, let's keep investigating. Just be careful. Any casualties, and this will become something beyond our control. At that point, stop the commission and contact me. I'll bring in some professional Hollow experts to deal with the situation.
Shepard hurries out again. He turned to Charon, who seems unsettled. Has she held back the full truth from Shepard to avoid having the search handed off to someone else?
Thank you for not revealing what really happened to that information broker.
Don't mention it. But I have to ask, Why are you doing this? Calling for help might have been the safest way to handle the situation.
The killer is a sniper who has no qualms about taking lives. Judging by the victim's injuries, it's clear they know how to deal a fatal blow and how to inflict pain without causing death. Most Hollow Raiders lack experience dealing with snipers. If they encounter the killer, it's likely to end in a difficult fight, or worse, casualties. And besides...
Well, not much of a guess what this one means, huh?
Asking for help from others would only delay the search. The client is at risk right now, so I think we should follow the clues and enter the Hollow as soon as possible to ensure their safety.
I helped you keep this from Shepard, but I have to admit, it's just too dangerous. What if this lead is a trap? Who even knows who's really behind the client's messages anymore?
I understand, I really do. But what if we're late and something happens to the client?
Why is the client so important to you, Charon? Would you be willing to tell us? Are you so set on finding them because they're connected to the person you've been looking for?
The client's true identity might be the very person I've been looking for. And if not, they most certainly have some vital information. Since leaving the military, I've spent years searching for my missing teammates. They were more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, someone raised as an orphan, they were family. I've scoured countless hollows and every corner of New Eridu to find them, but I've never found a single lead. Until I met you and heard that melody on the harmonica. It's called Homecoming. My squad leader composed it. Only our squad knew it. And yet that client of yours not only knows the song, but also gave you the sheet music. Please, Proxy. This client is the only lead I have left. I'm certain my teammates are still alive. If this trail goes cold, I don't know when I'll get another chance to reunite with them.
They're still alive. Could there really be no trace of them after all these years? Wise's gaze towards you seemed to convey such a question. But then, thinking about how you're also searching for your teacher, it doesn't seem all that hard to understand.
I get how anxious you must feel. Let's face this together. But this time, we really need to be extra careful.
Thank you, Proxy. I feel much better knowing I have your support. You can trust me. I'll protect you if the killer is really waiting for us in the Hollow. We'll make it out in one piece.
Invitation to kill. Did I forget? I forgot to actually open the shop, didn't I? Well, I will take care of the store. Please rest assured and go complete the commission. Okay, just extra bit of dialogue instead. Okay. Actually, can we... Yep, we can still jump out. Foxy, if your senses are shared when controlling Bamboo, does that mean that pain is shared as well? Pain is shared as well, but I won't receive any injury, don't worry. Then I won't let that perpetrator lay a single scratch on this Bamboo. If a fight breaks out, stay right behind me. Okay, that's a nice little detail to know. Bell, although we promised Charon to investigate the Hollow, I still feel that the clues appearing at this moment are indeed somewhat suspicious. I'll be careful. Hope nothing bad happens. Yeah, it is likely that the one behind this is the one sending the one sending the locations. Okay.
Superhero Yanagi, awaiting orders.
Did you call me? Andy, in position.
Let's go with the
Need
classic.
something? My services are expensive.
I'm also noting that we don't get to choose a Bamboo with... Actually, we don't get to choose a Bamboo with most of the... just with most of these story missions, I think. Or maybe I'm just blanking over them because they typically don't have that much effect on the fights.
No idea.
Something to keep an eye on in the upcoming story then. Yeah, I think they're more for other stuff, like the HIA Club, everything at Scott Outpost. Also, just the back
Looks
of
like
the
there's
stock
something
says
here.
trigger.
Is this a communicator?
Proxy, look at this. A communicator left right at the hollow's entrance.
Okay, I think I'm going for one small correction. Light blue seems to be contemplative.
Why is there a communicator here? It doesn't look like it was randomly left behind.
There's hardly any dust on its surface, which means it was only placed here recently. It looks like someone wants us to use it.
Oh, such decisiveness. Following random location info without even thinking twice. I'm glad, Sniper of Liar Squad.
Liar Squad? What's that? Wait, who are you?
Sniper. Or should I say Charon now? Haven't you shared your past with our dear Proxy? If introductions aren't your strong suit, I'd be happy to show you how. You can call me Grim Vulture, the one behind this string of murders. You see, I've been working my way down a list, crossing off names. And now, Charon of Liar Squad, your name is next.
Looks like you've done your homework on me. Just because my presence interfered with your plan, you've decided to take me out for good?
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle in my way. And now, with you in my sights, this must be some kind of destiny.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm looking for someone. Given that you're waiting at the hollow entrance they shared, I'm guessing you have them. If you hand them over, perhaps we can make a deal.
And suddenly dodges to the side, raises her gun and fires, using her body to shield Eos. In this next instant, a bullet flies past her and hits the ground. Her shots flew off into the distance, and there's only one thing that's for certain. It didn't hit... there's an extra hit there. It didn't hit Grim Vulture.
So your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me and lining up your shots? Can't say I'm surprised. After all, that's exactly what I plan to do too. You seem to have rather unique eyes, but you'll never get the chance to hit me. After all, no one's better at counter-sniping than me.
Seems talking won't resolve this, but I'm not averse to using force.
Now that's the spirit! If you're looking for someone, why not search the hollow for clues? Providing you can survive both my attacks and those of the accused, of course. Oh, and I've prepared a little gift for all your trouble. I hope you still have that determined look on your face after seeing it.
Here.
Watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from afar. Is there nothing we can do?
Go charge that. Actually, I just realized we now have a team with 2 stun, but oh well.
Suppressing fire.
Okay, they're up on the water tower.
I found a box. Something feels off about it.
A rather creepy box. It's giving off an unsettling stench. I have a bad feeling that opening it would be asking for trouble. You glance at Charon beside you, who has fallen silent. Clearly, she's having the same feeling. Right now, she's hesitating about whether to open this box. Can't wait. Don't open it! Charon opens the box anyway. A blood-stained, tattered military cap, carelessly crumpled and stuffed in the corner of the box. Though its owner's identity remains unknown, the message it conveys can only mean one thing. Death. Don't touch what's in the box. Jen reaches out and picks up the military cap from the box, her fingers tracing its shape. Her lips tremble. I'm okay, Proxy. If my sense of touch isn't deceiving me, this appears to be the outfit my former teammate wore, or a replica of it. So this is a surprise Grim Vulture mentioned. I see now. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Karen goes silent. Yet as he chambers another round, you can sense her hands trembling slightly, while her grip grows even stronger.
You still remember what's inside the box, right? Your little cap, the one Styx always wore. Curious as to how he died. He took his own life. Well, it wasn't much different from being offed by ethereals. Ethereals had almost completely taken over his body. He was covered in ether crystals. His core was fully formed. He didn't want to. So he raised again, and he was so proud of, with just one last showing. And just like that, obliterated both his core and his heart. Hey, hello, what do you think about it? Did you like it? Do you think I made the whole thing up? Or did it really something?
Shut up. I don't know who you are, but you'll pay for insulting him.
Another high-pressure ether tank. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
Leave it to me, Proxy. My eyes will take care of them.
Okay. 1, 2, and 3.
We did it, Proxy. Let's keep moving. I want to catch that murderer as soon as possible.
The second box emanates an ominous aura. The unsettling stench seems to warn you that its contents, just like the previous box, will give you an absolutely wretched experience. Karen's breathing grows heavy. She stands still for several seconds, seemingly trying to control her emotional turmoil. Karen, don't push yourself. Finally, she opens the box. A pair of blood-stained, tattered military gloves lie twisted in the center of the box. It's clear that whoever placed them here hadn't just tossed them in carelessly. They'd been deliberately arranged with malicious intent. Karen picks up the gloves, once again feeling their contours and icy touch. Her lips turn pale. As I thought, this is from one of my squad mates too. Karen. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Following this route should lead us to Grim Vulture's hideout. I'm fine. Karen picks up her weapon again, but there's an unmistakable tremor of unease in her voice.
Acheron's favorite gloves. It wasn't easy getting my hands on them. As expected of such a beautiful commander, even her gloves are stylish. Such a pity. In the end, both her hands were missing. Don't you think that's a shame, little sniper? Such beautiful hands, but they could no longer hold it. Ethereal's gnawed off her arms, and part of her weapon as well. But she still has the backbone. She stood tall, even in death. It's just as I said. She died from multiple fatal wounds. Even the most beautiful gloves will wither without protection. Do you think I'm telling the truth or a lie this time?
How long do you intend to keep up this game of cat and mouse? I'll be coming to your hideout soon. Wipe that smile off your face and wait. Wait and see what I'm going to do.
Good reaction! Hurry up, now. I've got one final surprise location for you. I'm sure you figured out the route to get to it. The surprise is at the end of the road.
This is getting going a bit slower than usual since we don't have an attack character with us, but still, just the fact that Nicole can shred their armor is helping a lot. Okay. They must have... Yeah, they moved from the water tower, I think. Then again, we can't move the camera up high enough to actually see.
Standing by.
Adjusting for wind.
There's still a third box. I grab Karen's hand, trying to stop her from opening it, but she lifts the box's lid almost mechanically. The third box contains a blood-stained corner of clothing and a severely damaged piece of engineering equipment, also stained with blood. Karen picks them up, her trembling fingers feeling their shapes. She doesn't speak, neither about the plans for pursuing Grim Vulture, nor about which of her companions these items belong to. Until the communicator in our hands rings again with Grim Vulture's voice.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, right. A piece of bloody fabric from Cocytus's clothes and some damaged engineering gear stained with Leafy's blood. There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer, not exactly combat material, right? Surely you're not mad, are you?
Aaron's face turns deadly pale. She suddenly picks up the bloodied items from the box, her spirit visibly shaken by the weight of these ominous relics.
Enough already! Using her squad mates, her family to mentally torture her? That's vile. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Oh dear. Did I go too far? Oh, my sincerest apologies. It's just... watching you plunge headfirst into my trap was so entertaining. I may have gotten a bit carried away, you know? Relax. The person you're looking for isn't here. And those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades. Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have gotten hold of their clothes?
The surge of rage threatens to drown out all thought. Just as you're about to retort, a crisp gunshot rings out. Karen's shot is clean and decisive, carrying an unmistakable intent to kill. But from the response on the other end of the communicator, it seems she missed her target.
Ooh, a decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, your awareness, sight, and experience mean nothing in front of a more skilled sniper.
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I needed. You knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's killing intent, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Coward, you say? How fascinating. You were little more than a hollow shell before. But now that you've bared your teeth, you started looking somewhat respectable. I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly faced the weight of your comrades' deaths, have you? I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
Karen and I both believe her squad is still alive. You can drop the act. Why are you so fixated on Karen? Just because she used to be in the defense force? She has nothing to do with your target.
Nothing to do with it? Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are still alive. Don't tell me she dragged you into all this danger without telling you anything.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad mates of hers went missing during the fall of the old capital. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. When the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers struggling to defend themselves, never had the opportunity to carry their comrades' bodies out of Hollow Zero. Obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive, even going as far as to deceive her own proxy. It's laughable.
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive. I have proof. Someone like you could never understand.
I could never understand? Do you think it's hard to understand your childish thought process? If you really have solid proof, why not tell me? Come on, let's hear it!
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. But in return, I gained the ability to see what others can't. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never disappeared. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these eyes?
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly visions. You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute truth? Will you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts? I guess you'll keep deceiving yourself, because that's how you survive.
I'm not lying to myself. I really
want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself. To give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward who did nothing and couldn't do anything when your comrades were dying.
Stands there, speechless. Grim Vulture's relentless verbal assault has clearly struck home. The little color that had briefly returned to her face drains away, leaving her visibly shaken, unable to muster a single word in rebuttal.
Giving up already? At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing disgusts me more than a useless hypocrite. Enough of this. Time to die, coward.
Charon is not a coward. Someone who'd enter perilous hollows just to find what they seek. Someone who'd play music to console a dying soul, despite the pain in their eyes, is anything but a coward. At the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words. I won't waste any more of my breath. Just die already.
I've completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, snap out of it. We can use that fissure to escape.
Fissures? When did you... Still trying to play tricks.
With no hope of a counterattack, you practically drag Charon, turning to run towards the fissure that has escaped Grim Vulture's notice. Just as the bullet is about to strike, you manage to escape through the fissure. You escape from the hollow and return to the video store, bringing along Charon, who's lost all will to fight. She seems more traumatized than you imagined, repeatedly touching her eyes, silent and distant.
Charon, do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough fight. You should get some rest.
Thanks, but I'm fine.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, We've fallen into their trap.
No, Proxy. I think Grim Vulture has a point. Maybe it's all just in my head. The things Grim Vulture left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling, but the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened to you and Liar Squad on the day the old capital fell?
That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding, Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard amount of troops. Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, so we didn't need to worry too much about facing the Ethereals. But soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The Ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops retreated. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into Ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an Ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me, looking back. When I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out. For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think? They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious, eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right? The Defense Force? Civilians? No one believes me, so I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes, it's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless? I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain? If they're truly no longer alive, how can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them. Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Wise and I will never dismiss your determination to find your squad mates. You don't need to make any justifications, because someone close to us is missing too, and we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
Belle is right. Listen, Charon, you're such a kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone and blame yourself when you can't do enough. but you don't have to carry it all on your own.
Yeah. Right now, the best thing you can do is trust us. We can be sure that Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have that lead, there's still hope. We'll support you. No one can dismiss your determination or will. No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side and we'll face it together.
Proxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating. I'm not just going to stop here.
With the tension easing, it's time to discuss the plan going forward. Just then, the phone rings.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new hollow? How's it going? Oh, never mind. The client just shared a new location with me on Knock Knock.
They're pretty eager, huh? Which hollow is it this time?
No, it's not a hollow. If I'm reading this right, this location is Scott Outpost.
Scott Outpost? Isn't that managed by the Defense Force and White Star Institute? What's Grim Vulture up to?
It's Remembrance Day. Don't you recall what Aaron said before? They're holding an event right now, and the place will be open to the public.
So, they're not trying to lure us into a hollow this time. What's the deal? Are they trying to taunt us?
Whether it's a provocation or a trap, I'm not missing any chance to face Grim Vulture. Proxy, will you go with me?
The official commencement of the Remembrance Day has been scheduled for tomorrow morning, meaning ordinary citizens still cannot freely enter Scott Outpost today. Under arrangements, Karen spent the night at the store. The next morning... Yeah, it's beyond blatant now that Grim Vulture is the one sending the locations. Bill, you'll be heading to the outpost with Karen soon. Did you sleep well last night? To be honest, I didn't sleep much. Actually, me too. Thought of the past kept me up, especially those related to Karen, and I didn't manage to fall asleep until late. Oh, Karen is already waiting for you in the parking lot. I wonder how she's feeling now. Please take good care of her, Bill. Leave it to me. And yeah, no breaks at all in this one, huh? Just all in one go.
You mean it isn't split up in 3 chapters?
Nope.
I was wondering how long this one was.
Well, with the other ones, you could see the 3 chapters at the start, but this one only had 1 entrance. Or entry. Good morning, Proxy. Did you sleep well last night? Yes, I did. Sorry, Proxy, for losing my composure in front of you yesterday. I think I've gotten my mood back in order now. There. It seems like I can't hide it from you, Proxy. I'm sorry. I think I'm still struggling to process this sadness and unease. And I'm not sure where I should go from here. Let's find a way forward together. Yeah, you're right. Instead of continuing to suffer, it's better to reach out and grasp all the hope we can find around us. Maybe things will eventually change. Let's go, Proxy. Today we're attending Remembrance Day as ordinary citizens, so we can't carry any weapons. I suppose Grim Vulture wouldn't be foolish enough to make a move inside a military stronghold. Let's keep an eye out while we're there. I believe we should be able to find new clues. We arrive at Scott Outpost with Charon. Many citizens have come to Remembrance Day. They must be the relatives of those who gave their lives during the fall of the old capital. For some reason, after coming here, Charon has been acting a bit strange. Proxy, can we explore this place later? What's wrong? No, it's nothing. Alright, I'll say it. It seems like there are some familiar faces here. Wouldn't it be nice to meet them? I don't think I can face them. If I'm not mistaken, they should be the family members of my teammates. I don't know how I should face them. Try reaching out to them. I know, but... I'll be there for you. Then it's a deal. I will go and talk to them. Proxy, you don't have to say anything. Just stay by my side and give me the courage to speak.
This heavy. With how long we have already been going, do we even have time to start the next?
We'll have to see. Are you Alan? Acheron's brother? How did you know? Who are you? Wait, your eye cover. So you're Acheron's sole surviving teammates. I remember you. We met once after the fall of the old capital. After that, I didn't hear anything about you again. Never expected to meet you here. This plushie. It's Acheron's favorite plushie. She always kept it in the most prominent spot in her room. I brought it along here, as to bring my sister Shadow to participate in Remembrance Day. I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. You don't need to apologize. I still remember one time when my sister came home excitedly, telling me that a shy new girl had joined the squad. That girl didn't speak much, but she was beautiful in battle. And it was the happiest I had ever seen her. To her, you were a presence that inspired admiration and the desire not to fall behind. A beautiful soldier who gave her the drive to keep moving forward. You don't have to apologize to me. If my sister were here, she would surely say the same thing. Please don't mind me too much. The Defense Force has made a lot of preparations for the Remembrance Day event. Please take your time here. Wait a moment. That eye cover, that blonde hair? Could you be my husband Styx's teammate? Styx. Are you Mrs. Sally, Styx's wife? Yes, my daughter and came to attend Remembrance Day. The last time I saw you was right after the fall of the old capital. I never expected to see you again here today. Your daughter. Is this your daughter, Zita? Mom, who is she? Zita, this is your dad's comrade from the Defense Force. Every time he went to the battlefield, she would be there to protect him. To protect him? Comrade? If that's so, why didn't you protect my dad during the fall of the old capital? Why did you let him die and make him unable to come back to me? Zita! I'm sorry. I couldn't protect him. I'm sorry. Don't listen to what Zita is saying. She doesn't understand. We've never blamed you. Please don't say that. You can't say such hurtful things. Apologize right now. Why should I apologize? She survived, but Dad didn't. Isn't that the truth? If it weren't for her abandoning him, Dad could have come back home safely. Enough. You don't know what happened back then. Mrs. Sally, I don't think she's wrong. Please don't think that way. We'll make sure to bring her to apologize to you later, and to explain to her what really happened. I'm really sorry. Please, don't let us keep you. Go and explore the Remembrance Day event for now. Please remember, all your comrades, including my husband, would want to see, you to see the hope they left behind. My son, You see me now? I'm doing well. My legs and feet are fine. I just miss you so much. Excuse me. Are you... I have no idea how to properly pronounce that. So, Kyotsi's mother, Ethel? Oh, you are... Oh, I recognize you. I saw you once in the military camp after the fall of the old capital. You're Kokitas' teammate, one of the survivors. I've been wanting to get in touch with you over the years to see how you've been, but I never heard from you. I didn't expect to meet you here at Remembrance Day. I guess this is fate. Mrs. Ethel, is your health still... I'm in good health, fortunately. Everything is fine. Although I'm the only one left in the family, the pension from the government is enough, and I still have some years in me. I'm sorry. Child, you don't need to apologize. My son may appear carefree on the surface, but he's always felt so much pressure. One day he suddenly told me that he had found a companion who truly understood him. I believe he was talking about you. How could I possibly blame you, someone who helped my son? It's such a blessing. You, a kind-hearted person, are alive and standing here today. I'm so glad. Mrs. Ethel, Child, don't worry about me. Since you're here for Remembrance Day, take your time to walk around and look around. I hope you find something meaningful. To your surprise, many relatives of deceased Liar Squad members are here for the Remembrance Day event. Is this really just a coincidence? As you ponder this question, the relatives have gathered in front of Charon.
Miss, I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
I'm really sorry. Zeta was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you.
No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the ethereals. Maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day. After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are today. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zeta's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day, it'll all pay off, just like it has now.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son.
Ethel, Kakaitis used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me? I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away. When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
A fashion designer? Is that because of Acheron?
It is. I'm sure you remember how much she loved beautiful things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. How your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister. And I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for a while now. I still haven't seen him.
So it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Sorry, but who's this Nathan you're talking about?
Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the defense force himself, and...
I think we can figure out the identity of the client. Which means that they've all been lured here.
Oh no.
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you. He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order. We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But a Over time, we came to understand it, and we eventually let it go. There is no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
Game deselected itself.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the Defense Force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I think I might have stumbled upon the answer I was looking for.
After 4 family members paid their respects and left, they continued touring on Remembrance Day. Karen stood there in a daze, seemingly having understood something. At that moment, a sound came from the open space in front of the outpost. It seemed someone had stepped onto the podium, and the citizens all gathered in the podium, before the podium, preparing to listen to the person's speech. According to the schedule for Remembrance Day, it should be time for a representative of retired Defense Force veterans to give a speech. It looks like the speech is about to begin. And that's a familiar face. I feel a bit concerned. Proxy, could we go over and listen to the speech for a moment?
Is that Zoe on the podium?
Is she here to speak for the soldiers? That seems fitting. She's cut medals after all. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron anywhere. Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe, of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force. Today, we gather to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the tragedy of the old capital's fall. Many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with us, now and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor a dishonor. It is their eternal medal. They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and new Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers.
Zoe's speech is met with a wave of prolonged applause. Yet amongst the claps, she droops her head, her expression darkening. She stays silent, waiting for the applause to fade before lifting her gaze and scanning the crowd. Her eyes briefly pause on Charon, carrying a chilling aura.
My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths, so they can find a way to start over. This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is a new Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die? And why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your,
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones! If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest. To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain! That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day!
I don't agree.
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades. That's why I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
So we exited the venue without sparing a single glance back, leaving the audience and the defense force in a state of confusion. Carol looks thoughtfully in the direction she disappeared.
What do you think, Proxy?
Something was definitely off about her just now. And the things she said, I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about this.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're on the same page. Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
Just as he finishes her sentence, the phone rings again. Shepard appears on the screen as you answer the video call. He seems panicked and anxious to speak, but the moment he sees that you're in Scott Outpost, he swallows back the words and clears his throat instead.
it short, the client just sent me a location via Knock Knock, along with a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage, I don't have any further requests. My only hope is that you'll proceed with caution.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
Charon, what's your plan? With everything that's happened, no matter what you choose, I'll stay by your side till the very end.
Charon doesn't answer right away. Instead, she takes out her harmonica and looks down at it, as if she's trying to decide. In the end, she tucks her harmonica away.
I've made up my mind. Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross.
Question, how long do we usually stream on Wednesdays again?
4 hours, so we still have 2.
Oh, I thought we had only one remaining.
And yeah, I think everyone can put 2 and 2 together with this one.
Yeah.
You leave the Remembrance Day event with Charon and return to the video store. She cleans her firearm multiple times and keeps adjusting her breathing. The showdown is about to begin. Okay, also, something I only just now really noticed, or put together myself, because I've been focusing mostly on her quote-unquote eyes with the colors and such. That thing on her collarbone, that's a trigger, with a trigger on, emblazoned in it.
I noticed it, but I've been kind of curious what the heck it was based on, but yeah, you're right.
So it's trigger with a trigger with a trigger. Double triggerception. Proxy, thank you for accompanying me this far. In the upcoming battle, Grim Vulture has likely already set up a stage filled with traps. We may need to brace ourselves for a tough fight. Do you have any strategy in mind, Charon? To be honest, there isn't a fully viable strategy. The opponent is a sniper and can keenly anticipate the timing and trajectory of each of my shots, dodging in advance. Entering the battlefield pre-prepared by such a formidable foe alone, it's foreseeable that she will continuously occupy elevated sniper positions, relentlessly targeting us, but we will have very few opportunities to land a hit on her. Wouldn't that mean we'd be easy prey? Theoretically speaking, that's right. In a sniper duel, the one who fails to secure the best vantage point or exposes their position is always the loser. But I believe there's still a chance. In our previous fight, I could sense the pride and impatience of Grim Vulture as a sniper. I'm not sure where that impatience comes from, but that pride is definitely something we can turn against her. And impatience is something you do not want in a sniper. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniping skills. If I cannot match her at a critical moment, she will lose her composure. It will be the only instance she exposes a weakness. Proxy, this is the strategy I've chosen. Grim Vulture may indeed be the superior sniper, but I will surpass her and make this strategy succeed. To win this battle despite the overwhelming disadvantage, please entrust your back to me, Proxy. I need you, as my companion, to support me. You have to do the same then, Charon. Yes, I will. I will protect you, so please also provide me with your guidance. Piercing Rain. Okay, and they're already off to the Hollow. Bell, it might seem like I'm killing the mood by saying this now, but please be careful. Grim Vulture really intends to take our and Charon's lives. We'll definitely come out victorious. I will do my best to assist you. Let's put an end to this once and for all. Okay. Last act. Piercing Rain. Let's see.
You have my complete support.
A mission?
Nothing to time to make some money.
Let's go with a bit of a mix.
All right.
Yeah, we may not be able to finish the other agent story, but we'll definitely be able to get a good distance into it, at least.
Yeah, but we should always be careful, since I have to be in the middle of it just before you need to go and something like that.
Yeah.
So it's still better to end early than overtime in your case.
Another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Cartes, and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad, lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion. Just like me, the fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you. It turned out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just, you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates, while I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me, pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the Hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
Do you really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you, playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture! Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with New Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships. I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here!
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice.
Okay.
Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know. Noct, Cartus, Impura, and many other squads. Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Relying on a show of hands to vote, isn't that ridiculous? Our lives were discarded in such an absurd way, like a kindergarten election for class monitor. So, when I killed them, I employed the same method. I made the dozen or so people I captured vote on who I should kill first. You wouldn't believe how funny it was. Huh. Laugh! Why aren't you laughing?
They are broken.
Yeah.
Copy.
Nope.
Roger.
Yeah, these two are mirrors to each other, to the point that their hair is even not the exact opposite on the color ring, but they are at a 35-degree angle, or no, 120-degree angle, which I think is typically considered complementary colors.
Jesse and Aaron, do you have them too? Or are they already?
You still care about them? Or should I say, it looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them? Why not leave their fate hanging as an unsolved mystery? Normally that's more suspenseful, right? In any case, when you stumble into the underworld with your insight spilling out, don't do the two of them. Wouldn't it be more exciting to wait until then to reveal the answer? Those two morons are so stupid. Oh, it's hilarious. I just pretended a little, and they treated me as one of their own. They had their guard up. Never thought you would help me. It's no surprise they retreated back then. Bunch of good-for-nothing idiots.
The wind and rain are picking up.
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave. No one will hear your screams and cries as you die. By the time the rain stops, the only thing left will be your own. I wonder, do you remember the weather on the day the old capital fell? It wasn't heavy rain like now, but the sky was just dark. Both your teammates and mine. They all perished in a place like this. Now that I think about it, I guess I'm actually you made it. Part of the hollow one. Such determination deserves praise. Now it's time for the final showdown to be reached. But foolish
Ooh.
The wind. It's shifting.
I won't fall for your distractions so easily.
What? I will surpass you with my own melody of victory.
Damn!
And let the wind be the opening notes. Karen? No! Wake up! Karen! What's this?
Ow. Yeah, that's the scene I seen. I didn't know it was the finale. The scene I saw, the editor really zoomed down in the pose she made earlier in the distraction shot.
Yeah, of course.
And in the way, I actually thought you did that to distract the other sniper.
Well, she did, but indirectly.
Yeah, again, I thought she was, the pose was supposed to do distraction, but yeah, I guess the video I saw, they just edited out a little bit out to be taken out of context.
At least they edited out the spoiler from the sounds of it. Okay. After the gunshot, the hollow falls silent once more, leaving only the countless biting raindrops, attempting over and over to wash away the scent of blood that oozed from the wounds of the defeated, only to fail time and time again. The loser pays no attention to her mortal wound, only staring at the distant horizon, as though salvation might be waiting there. Sometime later, the victor has climbed the steel and stands in front of her. They share their last words while the defeated still has the energy to converse.
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
The proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone. A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition. So I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of your companions guarding you? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy?
Your
fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal, but I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle. Your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the Defense Force after you came to. Just like me. I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
To say I don't would be a lie. But I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements, sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives years later, can you still keep your composure? I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. But they turned that chance to 0, and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives. Nathan. When I tied him up and was about to kill him, he begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you, no matter what. That was when you re-entered my line of sight. I think I've said this before. We're very similar, yet we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, I became even more certain. In the face of suffering, I chose destruction, while you were destined to choose to protect. But you're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble, ready to burst at any moment. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
Why?
Emptiness and doubt. No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former comrades, drowning in hate and rage, all it left was a hollow emptiness. But You're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely yours. My belief has faltered. I finally remember. My squad mates were fools, just like you. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. I talk about carrying their cross. But in truth, I never carried their will. So be it. Take the hostage and go. The villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable end. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes.
Doesn't leave. Instead, she kneels beside the Grim Vulture, picks up the bullet marked harmonica, and begins playing a melody titled Homecoming. Melody briefly takes over the roaring downpour, reaching the ears of Grim Vulture as she lies bleeding out, barely clinging to life. A faint glimmer appears in her empty eyes in her final moments.
It can still be played after taking a bullet. Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember we once shared the same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. And I think you must be my final teacher. You taught me, in the most intense way, what hatred truly means.
Really? So you found someone you want revenge against, too. That's good.
The melody of Homecoming plays on as the gold endures the agony of her ocular rejection, struggling to make the harmonica's notes rise above the sound of the rain. As the last note fades amongst the relentless downpour, the defeated one takes her final breath.
What the heck?
Yeah, definitely going to need to mark this one with various trigger warnings. I think I'll just slap them all on the front again instead of just putting one on every single occurrence. Because, yeah, they're just themes throughout the entire thing. You rescue the kidnapped people, leave the Hollow, anonymously report things to public security, and update the Shepherd on the situation. The series of tasks that need to be done after such an intense battle leaves you dizzy. After requesting to meet the client with Shepherd, you receive his message calling you to Port Elpis. Proxy. We arrived at the port. According to Shepherd, he, the client, and the rescued Jesse and Aaron should all be here. Okay, so they weren't killed. Let's go talk to them. Is something bothering you? Oh, Proxy, you noticed. Even though we defeated Grim Vulture, I still can't seem to let it go. Just as I thought, when the wind changed and the falling banner blocked her vision, she could have retreated, waited for her sight to clear, and then resumed sniping. If she had done that, I would have had no chance of winning. But her pride wouldn't allow her to take an action that implicitly admitted her tactics were inferior. She still chose to engage in a shootout with me despite the blind spots. Doesn't this just prove your strategy was successful? But after realizing that she actually wanted to die, I started to wonder, Was my course of action something she deliberately led me into? I would find a way to break her trap and create an open opportunity for a reversal. And she was waiting for that moment, ready to test whether I had truly surpassed her through a direct confrontation. I believe that was her intention. Her feelings must have been very complicated. Proxy, you told me that Grim Vulture once appeared here at the port, standing by the trash can on the wooden pier, gazing out at the sea. What was she thinking back then, I wonder? Sorry, I was just talking to myself. Let's go meet the client together. He's still alive and hasn't become another of Grim Vulture's victims. I suppose that's the best news we could have. Although I already understand that the client's true identity is not my teammate, and it may not bring the hope I've longed for, I still want to face him. Alright, let's go. Ordinary unmarkable trash can. There was only one reason for stopping in front of this trash can. The first time Grim Vulture was seen, disguised as an ordinary person, she was standing silently next to this trash can, gazing out at the sea. Gazing at the sea. Lifting the lid of the trash can, among the piles of crumpled food wrappers and discarded ether batteries smelling of seawater, you find some torn pieces of paper scattered here and there. It was easier to identify them as pages from a notebook that had been deliberately torn apart. And it seems that what Grim Vulture discarded in here wasn't just ether batteries. Try to piece the torn paper together. You quickly sort and piece together the torn papers. Now the contents are fully readable. It seems to be a diary. First entry. The captain came to talk to me again today. Ever since I took down that elite Ethereal in the last mission, word's been spreading about Nemesis Squad having an ace sniper. It's quite troublesome. A bunch of rookies went to the captain, saying they wanted my guidance to improve their sniping skills. Are they underestimating what it means to be a sniper? Do they really think sniping is something you can just pick up whenever you feel like it? I've dedicated every waking moment of my life to training, all to become a sniper capable of taking down any target. Without the resolve to take another's life, you'll never become a proper sniper. The codename Grim Vulture represents the weight and bloodshed behind sniping. Like a vulture feeding on corpses, I hunt for death, wrapping myself in its scent. I was going to turn the captain down, but Peregrine told me I've been too tense lately, and should try accepting the captain's proposal. It would give me the chance to socialize and mingle. Well, I guess I'll think about how to teach these juniors. Though honestly, I feel like snipers should just let their guns do the talking. Second entry. Got a serious talking to from the captain. He asked me why my method of teaching juniors involved taking them into the hollow for live fire combat training. What if something happened to them? And how could I take responsibility? Our captain's being so naive. If they chose to join the defense force, how can they protect Eridu without being prepared to put their lives on the line? Many techniques and tactics can only be awakened and understood when faced with death's door. Or just teaching them through the most effective way I could think of. Besides, if they get hurt in this kind of real combat, doesn't that just prove that they weren't cut out for it? To learn my skills, you need the talent to back it up. In the end, the captain called off the training. Just when I was starting to enjoy teaching. Just when I was beginning to think it might not be so bad to pass my sniper skills down to some capable junior. Peregrine tried to comfort me, saying I'll have another chance to take on students someday. But who knows how long I'll have to wait, or if that student will even have what it takes. When I get to teach again, I'm definitely going to develop this training method further. I'll throw them into a hollow, make them survive my sniper fire, force them to use the environment and psychological warfare to counter me. As long as they're not too unlucky and manage to survive, they'll definitely learn everything I've got. When that time comes, Eridu will have another guardian. I'm actually looking forward to it. Come to think of it, Peregrine's been acting pretty suspicious lately. What's that guy plotting? Third entry. After our mission, our captain and the squad called me to the dorm. When I opened the door, I saw balloons everywhere and a huge birthday cake. Turns out it was my birthday. They'd been secretly preparing this celebration for a while. Our captain apologized about the new recruit training incident from before and gave me a stunningly beautiful outfit. Everyone was chattering excitedly while sharing cake and stuffing gift boxes of all sizes into my hands. And then Peregrine got down on one knee and proposed to me with a ring. Though I'd agreed to date him before, I never really understood all this romance stuff and stayed pretty distant with him. But he said that exactly what he liked, that's exactly what he loves about me. I'm all about sniping and a bit clumsy in everyday night. He even thinks my code name, Grim Vulture, sounds pretty scary to most. It sounds pretty scary to most is cute. Hmm?
You misread everyday life.
A bit
You said
clumsy in
everyday
everyday
nights.
That idiot. You didn't need to add that last part. Though I didn't show it then, I was actually overjoyed. With him there, with everyone from the squad, this must be the happiest moment of my life so far. Why did I have to be so shy then, to the point where I couldn't even give him an answer, saying something like, let me think about it. I should find the right moment to say yes. Yeah, that's what I'll do. After we return from our next mission, I'll definitely want to wear that beautiful outfit and tell everyone. The old diary, filled with memories of the past, comes to an abrupt end there. Or here.
Yeah. Details like these such can you make you really understand how some people can just break.
Yeah.
Like, they cannot help it. We all have a limit.
Yeah. With some people, that limit lays higher than others. And, well, when someone reaches that limit and breaks, you can't fully blame them. You can still hold them responsible for their acts and what they do after. But how they break, that at least is pitiable. Shepard and Jesse seem to be exchanging tips about working in the internet intelligence trade. When he notices you want to talk to Jesse, Shepard cuts the conversation short and moves to a spot a bit further away. Ah, we meet again. How should I put it? You saved my life again. I really don't know how to thank you enough. Are you okay? Physically, I wasn't hurt much, but my mood is complicated. Being kidnapped by the same person twice, maybe my intellect isn't really suited for being an information broker. I'm already considering a career change. Looking back now, someone who truly wanted to kill me then and there wouldn't have deliberately knocked me out again and led me to be rescued by you. But at the time, I was just relieved to have survived and never even suspected Zoe. When she suddenly showed up at my door claiming to have important information, I was completely unprepared. That's how I ended up being tied up in the hollow for the second time. What happened next? She no longer hid and played the hunting game with me, but instead stood directly in front of me, pointing her gun at me, and revealed the true reason why she wanted to kill me. The events of the fall of the old capital are something I really don't want to remember. I know I'm a coward. The most critical moment I chose to retreat along with the rest of the troops. But if you had seen that rapidly expanding Hollow Zero in person, you'd have been terrified too. The moment you stepped inside, death was certain. Every soldier present knew that. Yeah, if the ether levels were rising up so high that people were getting turned into ethereals on the spot, yeah, it basically would have been throwing people into the heart of Chernobyl during the meltdown. Anyone in there would have just been another corpse on the pile, and a little more.
Corpse or another enemy.
Yeah.
Like, you almost have to use the trouble when fighting something that deals with undead and such.
Yeah.
Sure, you kill a lot of their troops. But they can reanimate them, along with your own fallen, and become greater in number.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure they can revive their own fallen ethereal, but you get the idea. Like,
yeah.
People instantly mutating on the spot there? That's... Yeah, that's... I think many people will see that that's very technical difficulty of a hardest kind.
Yeah, sending more people into that would have been like trying to extinguish the sun by pissing at it. Futile and would only, well, leave less than was before. And not on the opposition side.
Yeah, the opposition might grow from it.
My actions during the fall of the old capital are a stain on my career in the defense force. When I learned Zoe's true identity, I thought that being killed by her here would be nothing less than what I deserved. But she didn't kill you. Yeah, no matter how resigned I was, when I was about to be killed, I was still terrified, so I desperately begged for her for mercy. But she didn't pull the trigger. I mustered the courage to meet her gaze, only to find her eyes empty, looking at me as if I were an insect. She raised her gun, emptied the bullets into the ceiling, and walked away. It's meaningless. Those were the last words she said to me. Tell me, back then, outside Hollow Zero, when we judged that our current forces couldn't stop the disaster and chose to retreat, did we really make the wrong choice? What's the point of asking you anyway? What answer was I hoping to hear from you? Sometimes there simply is no answer. Anyway, thank you. At the very least, because of this incident, I'm afraid I will never forget the nightmare of the old capital's fall, nor the moment Zoe looked at me with those hollow eyes. And thus, PTSD claims another victim.
Also, look at the time, Captain.
Yeah, definitely won't be able to complete the other one, but we might be able to get a start on it at least. Okay, luckily we don't have to be worried about immersive storytelling blocking stuff off anymore, since, well, I don't need to grind on this account anymore. Ah,
True,
it's you.
But... Alright, we're not doing a side quest this weekend.
Yeah. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for finding a soldier who could take down Zoe. Are you okay? My ribs are fractured. I'm here today barely holding on just to thank you in person. I was too foolish. I never even considered the possibility that Zoe was the perpetrator. On the way home from the Ballet Twins, we walked together. She easily knocked me unconscious from behind and brought me to the hollow again. If I had known earlier that she was the perpetrator, I would have killed her right there and then. We swapped it around, but still, that friend of yours. Zoe tied me up in a room in the Port Elpis Hollow, told me her reasons for killing, and was about to shoot me. But all I could think about was that she had kidnapped my friend. I kept questioning her. Back then, outside the Hollow, my friend and I were both part of the reinforcement troops. I indeed felt the situation was dire and voted to retreat. But my friend, she voted to go in. Why did you go after her? If you want revenge, you should have just killed me. Where is she now? I didn't even care about the gun pointed at my throat, just repeating those few sentences over and over. Until she admitted that she had killed my friend. I will never forgive her. Even if choosing to retreat was my mistake, even if she carried the pain of losing her companions, I had only one thought, to take her down with me. Yep, you survived. Yes, I couldn't break free from the ropes, couldn't threaten her. All I could do was insult her over and over, begging her to kill me. But she didn't. She pinned me to the ground and beat me half to death, but stopped just before pulling the trigger. I glared at her with hatred, only to find her retreating and returning the gaze with even greater hatred, her face streaked with tears. Why would scum like you even care about their companions? Taking me twice with all her strength, and then left with those words. How many innocent lives has she taken so far? How many families have been torn apart because of her? And she still dares to call me scum. But now that she's dead, there's no point in saying anything more. My friend will never come back. and I can never forget the fall of the old capital, nor the series of nightmares that have followed recently. If I can meet her again in hell after I die, then I'll settle the score with her. Until that time comes, I'll make sure to survive. Anyway, thank you. The path of revenge leaves only, well, broken in its path.
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe. It's good to see you safe and sound.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then. When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the Hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You cared deeply for Lethe, and even today you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already...
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years, but it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me. Is that why you commissioned someone to find me?
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged Grim Vulture, even playing this recording for her, hoping it would move her. Regardless of how things unfolded, what matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you.
Nathan rummages through his jacket pocket and takes out a slightly worn tape. Liar Squad's tape. A tape from Liar Squad, discovered by Nathan, Lethe's younger brother. His long-sealed recording sparked the series of events that would follow. Years have passed, and while the tape's surface shows some wear, the audio within remains pristine, as crystal clear as if it was recorded just yesterday.
I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away for years. There's a recording on it, and I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance to give you.
Thank you so much. Do you mind if I listen to it now with the proxies?
Wait, with us? I thought we were just here to collect the commission fee today.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so don't worry about that.
Nathan takes a step back. Charon looks at you, her lips seeming to tremble slightly. You gently hold her hand. Feeling the warmth and strength in her palm, she presses the play button.
Hey, hello? Alright, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper. Everyone ready? I'll count down. 3, 2, 1... Congratulations on your 1000th day with Liar Squad!
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
Bit of skip dialogue.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling things.
You two, stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. Cut the chatter already.
And that sticks. A reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted. But he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the environment.
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is. Loud and messy, just like our liar squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the 5 of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone. Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot. I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that fight.
Not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So, cheers.
You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life.
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, you've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us. But I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us get hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden for you? I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything alone. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me. And when it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something, because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we trust in you, no matter what.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe, it's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on, and that's enough.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that someday, you'll blame yourself for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record this message. Please, don't try to bear everything alone. maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades. This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens, even if it isn't us. Finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
The old cassette plays a familiar tune. It sounds crisp and clear, as though it were recorded just yesterday. When the music fades, the tape goes silent. You turn to the woman who calls herself Charon, as she desperately wipes away uncontrollable tears. The harbor wind ruffles her hair, and then at last she lifts her head.
Proxy, do you remember? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
Yes. Can you see them clearly now?
Yes. Crystal clear. As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting. So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. For everything.
Familiar sight in the background. After meeting with Nathan, you spend a long time with Charon at Port Elpis, letting the sea breeze wash over you. You don't say a word, because you both know it'll soon be time to part ways. As the temperature begins to cool, you head back to 6th Street with her.
Proxies. No. Lies. Belle. I've troubled you two a lot these days with my personal affairs. Words can't describe what you've done for me.
It's no trouble at all. To be honest, Belle and I have been a bit lost lately because of some personal matters. But meeting you has felt somehow comforting. Don't you think, Belle?
Exactly. We got something out of the experiences we shared. At the very least, it's brought us clarity. I guess our wills have always been aligned, haven't they?
Yeah. When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right. We've already entrusted our backs to each other as comrades. And because of that, because we are comrades, please, hear me out. Maybe you've already noticed. I'm sorry, but I've been keeping something from you. Charon isn't actually my code name. As I mentioned before, Charon was my captain's code name. When I met both of you for the first time, I didn't want to tell you my code name, because I thought someone who couldn't protect their squad mates had no right to one. So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me, with no family to mourn her. I've been using her code name because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers her. But I understand now. If I want to keep moving forward, I can't keep hiding behind a lie. My true code name is...
You don't have to tell me right now.
At the harbor, Nathan spoke to you privately. Was he offering you a chance to return to the Defense Force?
Yes. He said he still has a friend in the Defense Force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
So, what's your decision? Where will you go next?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing my new goal with a new team.
Your new goal. Are you going to look further into the fall of the old capital?
Yes. My encounter with Grim Vulture has made me realize this should be the true form of my vengeance. I'll uncover the real culprits behind the old capital's fall and make them pay for their crimes. If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life. I have a gut feeling the masterminds will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to happen again. By letting the will to protect guide my hatred, I now have a clear aim toward the truth.
That's what I thought. If that's the case, then for now, we probably shouldn't learn your true codename, or lean on each other too much.
Are you saying we're on opposite sides?
No, we might walk different paths. Those paths will lead us to the same destination. It's just that, for now, we can't say any more than that.
Because they are the students of the quote-unquote guilty. Because their teacher is, well, accused of causing the fall of the old capital.
Yeah.
To be honest, after facing an enemy as ruthless as Grim Vulture, we're reminded of our own powerlessness. Watching you fight back, almost losing your life to a bullet, that feeling. We're nowhere near strong enough to protect you, and we're not strong enough to open up about our pasts either. Sorry.
Without a second thought or hesitation, Charon takes hold of each of your hands and brings them together at her chest.
If this is your slightly selfish principle, I'll respect it. You were once my proxies, and I'll keep this memory locked away as something I cherish. If, as you say, our destination is the same, then we should continue on our separate paths, striving to grow stronger. The next time we meet, I'll reveal my true codename. I hope we can become true comrades. I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life.
Yes, it's a promise. We'll meet again, Charon.
You watch the woman who calls herself Charon walk further and farther away. The Defense Force soldier waits for her at the end of her path.
Hello. I'm the sniper from the former Liar Squad of the Chrysoberyl Division, recommended by Captain Nathan, originally of the new Eridu Defense Force's Obsidian Division, Impera Squad.
Ah, I heard about you from my superior. You're the one who dealt with the serial murders targeting the Defense Force, right? Well, the new Eridu Defense Force is ready to welcome you back. Let me confirm a few details before taking you to base. Which squad are you applying to join? And did you have a code name during your previous service?
I'm applying to join the Obsidian Division's Obel Squad. As for my codename, Trigger. I was Trigger of Liar Squad.
And yeah, as one final note on how the appearance can at times be different from how they are showing in the game at the moment. Her uniform has had Obel Squad on it the entire time, even though she's technically only now part of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Things have come to an end. Belle, do you think we'll ever see Charon again? For sure. Yeah, I hope so too. We must grow, get stronger, and gain greater power to face any crisis. If we reunite with her then, we must hear her real codename. Exactly. However, after hearing about the connection between Charon and Grim Vulture, I can't help but feel a bit sad. Two people with the same fate ended up walking completely different paths, becoming enemies. Belle, if we also encounter enemies who once experienced the same fate, but now walk completely different paths with opposing goals, forced to be enemies, what would you choose to do? I would seek mutual understanding with them. Yeah, it really sounds like something you'd say, Val. If that time ever comes, let's seek mutual understanding with the other party together. Faithans should face everything together, right? After everything that happened, I'm feeling a bit tired. You must feel the same, right, Belle? We'll get more and more commissions from the Shepherd from now on. How about we take a short break while we can? Take a break and leave the story. Okay. And that was Out of Sight, which only leaves Echoes of Silver. But I think at this point it'll probably be smarter to leave that for an entire episode all on its own.
Yeah.
How about this? Friday afternoon, extra stream, just this.
Captain, I told you about this. Friday is Digimon Story Time Stranger.
Okay. Then we'll have to wait for
no.
next week. Either Monday, if nobody else is available, or Wednesday.
Actually, let's check. Is this split into 3 or...
It is split into 3, yeah. But I think it'll still be best left for its own. Actually, give me a second. I saw something. Let's see. Faith and Story, where we can replay previous story bits if wanted. And there. Okay, the special episodes with Jane, Yanagi, and Astra. Okay, and more to come in the future. Okay. 6 falling over again.
I guess it can be a good idea to end early.
And it seems that I did indeed forget to open the store.
Yeah, I know you were here, but I thought you...
Oh, well. Yeah, next time then... Echoes of Silver. But for now, that'll be it for Zenless Zone Zero for today. Actually, one more thing, maybe? Like, it's a tiny % chance, but still a chance.
You're still grinding your own account, right?
Yeah. Okay, 3 A's. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Lucy, Piper, and another Lucy. Okay, how many of these normal ones do we actually have? 3. Let me actually see. Can exchange 5 here. 11 there. No Bang Buck ones. Alright, yeah, the monthly reset has happened again. So may as well grab those. And that is enough for a 10 pull on the normal one. So, shall we do one here as well?
Sure, we can do one.
Okay. Normal pull, nothing special. Okay, only a single A this one. But this time, will it? Okay, another... No, that's a new one. Gemini... I believe that one is called Gemini something. Let me check it quick. Let's see. There it is, yeah. Weeping Gemini. For anomaly characters, inflicts an attribute anomaly on an enemy. The equipper gains a buff that increases anomaly proficiency by 30, stacking up to 4 times. Okay. That... Would that be stronger than this one? We might... that might be better than the one she has currently, but... Again, not going to invest much more into this account since we'll be moving on from it outside of social stuff. Okay. One last thing though.
Awaiting further
So sleepy.
Let's see. Motivation. During special attack, tire spin, and EX special attack engine spins, Piper's movement speed increases. When using special attack 1 trillion tons, really heavy or ultimate, to launch a downward smash that hits the enemy, the physical damage dealt by the move is increased by 10%. For each stack of power, this buff is further increased by 1%, and that can stack up to 20 times, so that's 30% extra damage. Okay, and Lucy, Iron Fist Overseer, the basic +2. Alright, oh wait, forgot to read out the flavor text on the previous one. I just wish Captain Lucy would be more gentle when she's smacking us around, Woody thought, but didn't dare say it out loud. Okay, and that's the name card. Chaos Ball Game. While in the Chiron state, allies' critical damage is increased by an additional 10%. Rules and ribs are made to be broken. Lucy. Okay, what was the flavor text on this one? A bit of effort now means more rest later, though it'd be even better if I didn't have to put in any effort at all. Piper stretches, pats the soft bed in her truck, and lies down. A little menace on the road. She'd sleep behind the wheel if she could get away with it. Okay.
Oh dear. Maybe that's why she's always tired. She always stays very awake during the driving. And she does a lot, so when we see her... Yeah. Tired as heck.
For now, though, let's head over to Twitch so we can find someone to raid. Muting the tab. There we go. Let's see, it's not too busy at the moment. We've got WBPL, who is playing The Root Trees Are Dead. We've seen that game pop up a few times. We've got Moonrise with Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Kirinats Yoko is playing retro games. Okay. Let me take a peek what. And Radian is playing Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. Really? They're playing Bubsy? Okay. Hold on a second. Okay, one of the recommended channels is play... Okay, Ghost of Yotai is apparently out. The sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, I didn't even know that was releasing now. Okay. Any of these catch your interest, or shall we pick one from other recommended channels? Let's see, anything specific? There's someone playing Super Mario Sunshine.
I'll let you take a pick.
Let's see. It's been a long time since we rated Kiri, I think. Okay, and WB is on their pre-stream, so not the best time to raid. Okay, copy name. That reminds me, there's a new Bubsy game being released sometime soon. And there's also a collection of all of his old games remastered. I do have to wonder, who keeps wanting to bring Bubsy back from the dead? Okay.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't get it at all. It's very weird.
I'm guessing it's similar to why the Riddler kept popping up in in all of the Arkham games more and more. Just there's some executive out there who really likes Bubsy, apparently. Okay. But yeah, for now though, tomorrow we're continuing with Gibbous. Friday, having a day off, because someone is forcibly taking a day off. And on the weekend...
Fridays is supposed to be our day off anyway.
Yeah. Okay, and on the weekend we continue with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I'm definitely looking forward to whatever other shenanigans we can get up with that. And yeah, next week we'll have to see what we do then, but... well, at the very least, we'll be trying to complete Echoes of Silver on Wednesday. Okay. But for now, though, yeah. Thank you everyone who may have been watching now or later. Thank you, Knights. Have there been anyone else lurking about? None that are listed at the moment. Oh well. And yeah, thank you as always, Lakir.
You're welcome as always, my friend. And thank you all for joining and watching this madness. Or... yeah, it's
Tragedy.
So mad, but yeah, tragedy.
Yeah. I think on the second YouTube channel, I'm just going to link to this one in its entirety on the main channel because, well, like with Asaba's story, I'm just going to leave this all in one chunk. Don't think it's... Yeah, I think cutting it up would not do it well, since I'd have to put on trigger warnings on every single one of them, so I'm just going to leave it with one big one up front and leave it in one piece.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, for now though, let's get this raid started. And yeah, thank you all again for watching, and until next time, have a nice day, and until then.
Be safe, everyone. Sleep well, and watch out for undead seagulls.
And the blindness hatred can inflict upon you.